This is Jason's Electronics Repair. Welcome to my ER. Hopefully everything is working out. Streaming today on Saturday, Rabbit Hole Saturday. Hopefully we get a little bit more viewers at this time of the day. I'm streaming about 3 hours later than usual. And I hope that I get some viewers here. So we're just going to let it go for a second and make sure that everything is good to go. And I do not know how to send a message in the Discord, but we are good to go. All right. So I have a special treat for everyone joining the channel. Is this even online? Hopefully it is. So Rabbit Hole Saturday is a day where I look at rabbit holes that I have sitting in front of me. I have quite a few. I collect them, I enjoy them, and it is how I spend my Saturdays with the rabbit holes. I'm assuming YouTube notifications is not working because it is a minute and a half and nobody has joined the stream. So I'm just tidying up the bench just a bit because I'm going to be working on something here. Going back to the beginning of my start in console repair. So I have a background in electronics, design, power systems. A lot of people know that. A lot of people don't. There's a lot of new people to the channel. So think I would go here and we go back to the beginning. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. We got the camera on. So let's have a sip of tea here. So I retired due to an injury, multiple injuries to be exact, but that's not the point. So I needed something to do. So I've always built scale models and dealt with electronics as hobbies, along with other things. But January of last year, 2020. No, January of 2019. So January of 2019, I was feeling unfulfilled. Normski, hello, how's it going? I was feeling unfulfilled with my scale modeling projects and my board games. I was unable to do the board games in any degree. I was playing a game called Warhammer 40K and Age of Sigmar. And then I was unable to compete in the events and leave the house. And then COVID hit and all that good stuff. So I started researching, doing repairs on different things. Oh, where's Phil's table? Let's look at the Freddy cam. There you go, guys. There's your Freddy cam. Freddy is on the stream. Freddy is here. So I've totally forgot to put the Freddy cam on. So there's Freddy. Say hi, Freddy. Hello. How's it going? So moving on, I started researching console repairs and determined that the best entry point would be a Nintendo Switch. They had a good resale value if you could fix it. The parts were, I'd say, readily available, and it was easily, diagnosable, and all that good stuff. So, Freddy, you stop struggling, okay? Stop struggling. It's not cool. All right, I'm trying to stream Freddy. Look, hey, Phil abandoned you. You're stuck here now. Phil doesn't want you anymore. You're stuck. So, anyways, so I started working on a Nintendo Switch, and that is a result of how I met Phil. I had a Nintendo Switch that I was stumped on. My first one, I still have it, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to look at that one today. So the very first Switch I have ever looked at was, I was hoping Phil would be here for Freddy, as support to, give him some kind words in his time of captivity. But I guess Phil, doesn't care about Freddy. That is, I guess that's the thing now. Phil doesn't care about Freddy. Freddy's off in the corner, wrapped in electrical cords, duct taped, handcuffed. He can't escape. It's just poor Freddy. So I bought this Nintendo Switch on eBay. Claimed it wasn't open before, but I believe it was. I never worked on a board level repair on a Nintendo Switch. I changed the digitizer and an LCD and things like that. I never worked on one board level work, and I got this one. I worked on it for about 2 months, and then I moved on to other things, and I haven't touched it since. So, well, I messed with it last weekend when I fixed a mistake I did with the fuel gauge chip. So I'm going to take a look at this and see if I can make any progress, heads or tails of it, of what it's got going on. So very few viewers. I'm assuming notifications haven't gone out. Like I said, I can't share in Discord. I can't get Discord on this computer. It keeps wanting to log me into a different account that's not mine. So let's see here. So let's take a look under the scope what we have here, and we will turn on meters and power supply, because why would I turn that on before? We have 2 viewers, 2 people in chat. Oh, really dead at this time. I don't really get more viewers than when I do an earlier version of the stream. So, like I said, I'm trying this time here to see if it is better than the power supply up, connect everything. Alright, so the power supply. Have this. Now let's see if they actually show up on the screen. Yep, that one works. What about this one? No, of course not. Power supply doesn't want to work. And unfortunately, Freddy is in the way of the power supply. So Freddy's going to get something scraped across his face when it's power supply time. So, oh, thank you, Normski. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have the hardest time with Discord. I really do. I don't know. I'm not a fan of new technology. So we have the meter set to continuity mode, and we will share the meter with the screen. This is not connected. Instrument. This one. And it's a lot to get stuff on the screen. Let's see if that worked. Yep, there we go. Okay. So I got my probes here. This should beep and read a reading. Let's have a look at this underneath the scope here. So, scope. Okay, so this is the M92 area. It's nasty. The thing needs to be cleaned. But this was my first ever M92 install. This isn't the one I pulled the pad on. So there's the M92 install. I believe it had a fuse replacement. It had diorates that were removed. Looks like BQ is reworked. That connector's off. This is a dirty, nasty board. Like I said, this is the first board I ever worked on, and we're gonna see if I can learn anything new from it after I I've done things for a while, so P13, P13 USB. So P13 doesn't look great. P13 doesn't look great. Again, these are the first chips I put on a Nintendo Switch. To raise my scoop up for this. Feels like here's my fishing. Freddy is dead to him. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Freddy is dead to him. Alright, so that looks like that. Yeah, that one could be bad. So it could need to, yeah, P13 needs to be reworked. Let's check this M92 while we're checking things here. Yeah, it looks a little scruffy. These are connected, unlike the P13 chip. That pad looks a little light. It could be fine. Let's check BQ. I believe I changed BQ to. BQ's not too bad. Let's see. Kaz, hello. How's it going? Sure to say hey to Freddy in the corner of the screen. Those pins are supposed to be bridged. They share a track. Well, they're not supposed to be bridged, but it's fine if they are. They share the same line. So it is missing a capacitor. I believe I pulled that off, but I don't think that would matter. So, yeah. So, very interesting. Just Ed, hello. How's it going? So, well, we'll take a look at this. We'll do some probing on it and see what we got. We're gonna go ahead and we all can say hey to Freddy. What's going on? Freddy says hey. So it's weird. Why is Freddy off center? It's weird. Freddy seemed to have moved. Freddy must have been struggling. Freddy moved. Stop moving, Freddy. Stop moving until Phil agrees to my demands. You're stuck there. You're stuck there. I will stick Rufus on you in a second. Rufus will come over there, take you down. Rufus is a donkey, unidonkey. A donkey with a unicorn horn. So, yeah, let's just check some things. So the meter's on the screen. It's gonna beep. Let's start in this area with this fuse. Yeah, fuse is good. So touching ground. Well, my CPU cap is not dead. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, let's check this BQ area here. And when Phil gets that 4K camera, it's going to be nice. Yeah, Freddy's all over the place. He keeps. I had him in a different spot, and then he tried to escape. It's just sad. So let's check this coil. That coil's good. These two should be connected because they're both ground. So. Excuse me. And we will check over here. Originally, I thought this was a Max IC issue, but I didn't have the skills to mess with the Max IC, I don't think. Alright, that seems all good. Let's check this resistor here. 560, that seems right. Does that seem right at 600 ohms? I guess that is right. Okay, so that looks good. I want to make sure the port's connected now, so I'm going to get my little port tester out. This is actually a very poor stream for me. I normally get way more viewers than this. Something must be going on. YouTube has not been doing me good. They have literally stopped recommending my channel for some odd reason. And I just, yeah, it's sad, really. Yeah, completely stopped recommending my channel, and notifications haven't been out. I appreciate that, Kinder. Sorry. Kinder, my bad. I'm horrible with names. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names. I don't read so well. I can engineer and design. My reading skills aren't to par. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this up. And I'm gonna quickly check these locations here. So this first one is V-Bus. I want to say it's V-Bus. No, it's S-Bus. So this one is S-Bus. Okay, that's weird. Oh, it's S+1, that's why. Okay, well that was good. So I'm going to touch this one. That one. This should be RX2 positive. No, RX2 negative and then positive. And this should be TX2 negative. And it'd be TX2 positive. This should be, let's say, RX1 negative. Nope, TX1 negative. TX1 positive. RX1 negative. RX1 positive. So that seems to be all connected, and I'm going to show you guys what I did there. Let's flip it over here. And I'll say hey to Freddy. So I used this little adapter for the USB-C port. So it's a breakout adapter. It has all the different readings, and then I checked the continuity between certain lines to the filter. So that's the S+2. So it's the second filter location on the left. So first filter on the left, second location. So I have a schematic of shows me where all my locations are. So the port, it seems to be fine. So like I said, I haven't worked on this board since October or November of last year. I got this board, was stumped on it, ended up sending Phil an email, and he helped me, and we got nowhere with it. So, all right. So let's just see what it does on a DC power supply. So let's hook up our 4.6 volts to the battery. Turn it on. So we have 4.6 volts there. We're gonna click it onto there, and then we're gonna attempt to boot. So it's showing 10 milliamps. Put that on the screen over Freddy's face. So if I try to boot this, what happens? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing tries to happen when I try to boot it. Interesting. As always, I think this is I'm starting to remember what this is all about. So it does turn on the meter, and it says 20 volts at 0 amps. So no current draw whatsoever from the power supply. Interesting. No current draw from the battery, so it's not even getting a wake up signal. Oh, that's Freddy. The teddy bear is Freddy. He was talking attitude, and I couldn't deal with it. It was too much drama with just telling me Phil's life story and his secrets and stuff, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So I duct taped his mouth shut because it was too much. It was too much information. Apparently Phil sleeps with them. It's a whole thing. So, go ahead and turn that power supply off. So we have no current draw. Let me just check it with a test battery in case my lead was not up to snuff. So nope, still 0 amps. It's like it's not even connected. It's connected. It realizes it's connected, but it's not giving it a signal to release any current. So it could be the bad M92. It could be the bad P13 job. Again, this was the first one I worked on. P13 looks the worst, so I'm going to mess with that one first. Phil's here. Yeah, exactly, Nige. It's to stop him from screaming for help. So, Phil made it, finally. So, turn on the hot air. Which one do I want? No, that's not it. Oh, my presets are right. Okay, so that should be channel 3 now. So let's get this in a board holder, and we will pull P13. No, I think he fishes on Sunday. Unless I lost a day and it is Sunday. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think the camera keeps moving from the scope. I think the scope's messing with the Freddy cam. Alright, I'm just going to get this lined up and focused. And then we should be able to do this chip here. Alright, I'm going to swap to that. We're going to lose the Freddy cam. It happens. Can't always have the Freddy cam. So, Now, if you wanted to see Freddy, look, there's Freddy. He's there. He's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with him. You know, he was telling me some things, and some disturbing things. It's just, I think he's safer here. I really do. I think he's in a safer place here. It's just he was saying some things. Let's put it that way. He was definitely saying some things. Okay, so let's pull this chip off here after I put the fume extraction on. Alrighty. Fume extraction. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just reflow that chip. I'm going to try to reflow it first instead of just pulling it. I mean, there's enough solder on these pads. Yeah, there's not. Just gonna pull it. Oh, let's turn on some irons. Better not stick your. Okay, Phil. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, no, that's not happening. We don't do that here. I'm sorry the Freddy cam isn't on the microscope camera, but I don't have it on there. So, yeah, Phil has a Discord community. If he could link it in the chat, um, he has a fantastic Discord. So, pull some of that off of there. A little bit more flux here. Yep. All right, so we're gonna clean this up a little bit here. A little alcohol. Sport is nasty and needs to be ultrasonically cleaned really bad. All right, so let's take a look at our location there. You should be able to drop that P13 on there. No problems at all. Add a little bit of flux. Grab our P13. Cut down my airflow just a little bit. And come in here, what do we got here? Trying to get the link, I don't have it saved on my phone. Oh, he's watching on his phone. Look at that. Thanks, Phil. Technic, hello. Hello to everyone. What do we have watching? I got stuff in front of my screen here. 8 viewers. Look at that. Fantastic. My streams do way better when I do 6 a.m., 7 a.m. my local time. Because this stream is not doing good at all. Alright, so let's clean this up with the micro pencil and some flux. Oh, find the chip, find the chip. There it is. See if we can find the chip again. Alright. So I'm going to dump that camera. Alright. Luke, hello. Hello, hello to all. Way. I got a weird cough. Alright. Let's get this board cleaned up here. So I'm going to dilute all that flux on there. Hopefully off of more than just that area because it is nasty. Get it all diluted. And here with my brush. All right, so let's get some of this off of here. Yeah, everybody has their own way of cleaning boards. This is how I do it. All right, let's see if this makes any bit of difference on the unit. Travis, hello. No, Phil only has the colorful ones. He demanded I got him pink ones. Diego, hello. Welcome. Thank you for being a member. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right, let's see if we get any kind of activity. And this thing is so sticky. Let's see if we get any kind of activity on the charger. So I'll hook up a battery. And we will see if we get any kind of activity. So it kicks the charger on and still 20 volts, 0 amps. We can see that. What? Why wouldn't Freddy be tied up? It's like a... nice, Luke, nice. Oh, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, the Freddy thing's a joke, guys. But yeah, so again, this is the switch that the very first switch I've ever worked on board level, and you know, I circle back to it. I haven't circled back to it since probably October or November, and yeah, it is not in the best shape. So I don't believe the CPU or NAND is dead. It could have some kind of NAND corruption. I did think that in the beginning, but I don't think that anymore. I don't actually think that any longer. So let's take a look at M92 and possibly reflow M92. See, it's moving my Freddy cam again. Scope keeps moving Freddy cam. All right. All right. Clear view. All right, so we got M92 here. Doesn't look, it looks a little crooked. But we're gonna reflow it anyways. So, actually, let me pull it and replace it. I'm just gonna pull this one and replace it. So, let's get the fume extraction set back up. Turn that on. I swear I need a bigger mat. My mat's not big enough. Some flux. Find my solder. With the iron. Oh, I don't think so. Not today. Not today. flux. Alright. Need to change tips on this. Need this to heat back up. Yeah, he's a little nervous about it. He's gonna get to it. I got some chips in for a upcoming video, so he's gonna try that. We're very safety conscientious people, so now I just want to share something with you guys here, something special. You guys saw how much solder was built up on that ground pad. Let's see if I can do anything to focus that better. But there was like a huge amount of solder, and I came in there without any wick, and I was able to just, level it down with just and get most of it off. That's because of this tip. This tip has a little hole in it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it has a little divot in it, and that allows it to pick up the solder. So it allowed me to do that with relative ease. So I'm just going to give this a quick clean up here. All right, so we give that a quick clean. Check it. All right, we're going to add a dab of flux to it. I'm going to put this in the U2 chip down. All right. So dot goes that way. All right. I should be able to hit this button. That'll work. All right, we're going to come in here. Fume extraction. Let's see. The cap is killing me. OCD. What cap? how to fix things. What? Fix things like a pro? Are you going to send me to somebody else's channel? Because I could just watch them by myself. I mean, I could just watch their channel on my own. I don't need you to send me to a channel. What the hell? Oh, I got this stupid cap to deal with. Come on, beep. There you go. That's a big boy. Of course, I overpinched it. Sometimes hot tweezers are the worst thing, and then sometimes they are good. All right. Let's clean this up and see how that does anything. I don't have any hopes for this, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't have any hopes for this board. Hey, Freddie, what's going on? I'm glad to see you're here. It's good to see you again. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. I heard some popping on this board, so who knows? Who knows? Could have had moisture in the RAM. Who really, really knows? All right. Oh, look, a label. Wow, that's weird. Now I know what board that is. That is strange. It's just crazy how a simple thing like that would keep you from mixing up boards. Crazy things. Crazy things. Yeah, he can't show. Hello, Wayne. How's it going? Thank you for being a member. I appreciate it. Yeah, one board. Yeah, but then if you need a donor board, oh wow, Bill, wow, wow, language, man. You know, your son watches my stuff, so you shouldn't expose him to that kind of ridicule or like that kind of language. You shouldn't teach him to talk to other people like that, Phil, because we know he watches. So, gotta be careful with that. Yeah, you know, say I needed a donor board, a donor component from another board, and I pulled it out, and then I somehow got them mixed up. You know, it can happen. Like, I don't know anybody recently mixing up a board and putting a good component on a donor board. I don't know anybody recently doing that, but I hear that it can happen. I hear that it can happen. So we turn this on. We get 15 volts now instead of the 20. So nothing's getting hot, no current draw at all. So, no current draw at all. Let's check with the supply. Let's see if I have 5 volts or 4.6 volts on this battery board. Put it on the meter. How much do I have on this battery board? Come on, yeah, big boy. There you go. Hey, 4.4 volts. That's what I'm looking for. So if I plug this into here, I get, you can't see that. There you go. I get 10 milliamps. If I try to boot it with this, still get 10 milliamps. So, still nothing. Give it a minute. Nothing. So, all right. So let's plug in a power button. Oh, you know what? Oh, just to troll people. Just to do this because I can do it. I'm gonna take this little label right here. Watch this, guys. Just this is pro tips here. Pro tips to label something. This is how you label something. You get some labels, and you write on the label like this. Okay, all right. You can do 5-letter words if you're able to. You know, but you know 2, 3, 4-letter words. You know, keep it simple. You know, a lot of people new to labeling they can't. And you stick the label on there. Now I know that this is my test power cable, power button. See? Boom. Instant label. No harm done. I didn't get hurt. You know, a lot of dangerous equipment in the workshop, but we safely labeled that this power button. So it's a dangerous thing to do, but once you master proper labelization, then you know you just go in places at that point. So you just go in places. So I'll plug in a power button and we'll see what happens. We'll plug this in here and we will press the power button. That one it. Nothing on that. Is it this one? Nope. Press and hold the power button. Nope, nothing. Press and hold the power button. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, no current draw from the battery at all. So, alright, that makes sense. It's broken. You know, broken things tend to not draw current. So, put that back in the test box. Alright. So, I want to see if I have 4 volts on this location over here on the max IC. So we have our meter there. Let's get the max IC under the scope. You'll be back soon, Freddy. Chill out. Where's the max IC at? And then is that clear for you guys? I should have 4 volts standby here. So if I check this point right, I do have 4 volts standby. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh. Okay. I have a standby voltage. That is not right. I should have a standby voltage, but I also should have other things present with that standby voltage. So we're going to just check a few more spots on this side with our battery connected and this time our charger connected. And I want to see here what I have at the fuse. And I have 15 volts at the fuse. Okay, what do I have at the coil? I have battery voltage at the... No, that's not battery voltage. That's lower than battery voltage. Actual battery voltage is... Nope, it's 1.4. So that is actual battery voltage at the coil. So I have at the charging pad. Battery voltage again. Okay. So I'm getting battery voltage through the board. What if I unhook that part and I check this location? And battery voltage. Battery voltage. So I need the scope for this next part here. I need to get M92 under here. And I want to see what I have here. I don't have anything there apparently. Nothing there. What do I have on pin 5? I don't short. I don't have anything on pin 5 either. Pin 6? 0. What is pin 6 shorted? Is pin 6 shorted? Let me unhook this. Let me put this in continuity mode here. What's going on? Hey Sarah, hello, how's it going? Oh, we got actual more viewers now, but I still normally get more viewers in the beeps. Is this short? No, that's not short. That's good. So let me check that again. Plug that back in. Let me go back to voltage mode. Switch over for you. There we go. So checking for voltage on pin 5. Let me make sure I have voltage at the battery still. Yep. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, you guys see this on the meter? When I touch my probe to ground, so if I ground my meter, it'll read 0.00. It'll ground out, right? So if I touch a voltage line, say over here, it's going to click and it's going to read the voltage. Okay? If I touch a ground, it's going to read 0 because it's grounded. If I touch this input cap, which is pin 5, it's not grounded, but if I touch the input line of this cap, it's 0 grounded. If I touch the input line of the grounded side, it's 0. So that shows that that is short to the thing. If I unhook the battery and I again show you that it's short, if I touch that, it doesn't do it. So if I touch that now, it doesn't go straight to 0 because it fluctuates. If I touch the ground side, it does. If I touch this side, it doesn't go straight to 0. So somehow when I'm applying the battery voltage, this line goes short. This line right here goes short. All right, hold on. Someone's asking for my opinion when we're doing seriously technical stuff here. Let's see here. Seriously, that's not cool. Bill, do not tell people to use hot glue for HDMI ground port legs. That's not the way to do it. You can use hot melt glue to secure plastics, but you cannot use it to secure metals. Don't. I know you were trying to get me, and you know not to do that, but you're putting it in the chat thinking people can do that because people look up and respect you. That brush, it wasn't me. Oh, well, it's probably later in the chat, whatever, earlier in the chat. But to the problem at hand, did you guys not witness anything with the line being shorted when the power was applied? So, if let's go into continuity mode back on the, this is why I need 2 meters. So, does the battery voltage reach the charger controller? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I checked for standby and stuff earlier, but what I want to see is okay. So if I touch this to ground, that's not short. That's 896 ohms right there. So if I come over here and I touch the negative side, of the battery terminal. So touch negative to negative. It should beep. I can't see that. Negative to negative. Touching the negative, I was touching the shield there for a second. So if I touch the shield, that's not shorted to the battery line. Is it shorted to power positive? Nah, 1200 ohms. All right, what about the data line? Ohms to the data line. Huh, that's weird. Let me go into diode. This is the stuff that fascinates me. I'm not even mad. Why? Please, why are we saying bruh in the chat? I've never used that. Don't plan on using that. My son uses that and it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Where's the diode mode of that? See, that's going to beep every damn time. Disregard those beeps. So diode of that is 896. Okay, is 896 even right for that? Let's pull up the document again. Yeah, I know. People do it on your stream all the time, saying to use the hot glue. I don't understand why people think that works. No, that is not correct. Interesting. Checks messenger and show it. All right. Just gotta close my son's school. Do we have the right screen? Yay, we have the right screen. So, are there ways of securing the port? Hot glue, epoxy, even solder mask. Using solder. Yeah, I don't. You okay? That's okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. That. That's weird. You can't use hot glue to secure the connector. Solder mask is never going to work. Epoxy resin is never going to be strong enough to hold it. Okay, so he has one more here. Oh, he wrote back. Oh, he's been doing it for 40 years. Okay. So, and okay. Definitely wouldn't use JB Weld on a PCB. It does have a high tensile strength, but if it does start to tear, it's going to pull your layers apart on your board. You don't want to use anything too strong because it's going to pull your layers apart. So, and then you just say you don't care and more fun stuff. Okay. Fun people. Yeah. Please, I'm going to tell you guys right now, do not use JB Weld on a PCB because if you have any kind of flexion damage, that JB Weld's not going to move and it's going to separate the layers on your board. So it's going to be a hard pass on that one. Guys, don't do that. Hard pass. Okay, so this diode mode reading, and that's probably because I have my positive on the wrong side. Let's check it now. What? Ah, damn it, I was wrong. It is right. Oh, come on, why can't I get a win? Oh, was that 446? Yeah, that was right. I thought I was onto something. Okay, so that's right. Yeah, the world has moved on from 40-year-old. Back, let's do a little educational. let's take an educational trip down 40 years ago. I'm not old enough to know what they did 40 years ago, but my teacher, you know, he was an apprentice when he was 15, and he started teaching me when he was in his 40s. So he knows about things that were 40 years ago, and he taught me things, and he later told me that those things are not good to do. But if you take a PCB, let's take here, I have an Xbox board I can use. It's a perfect example. So I have this Xbox board here, and it is this an Xbox? Yeah, it's an Xbox. And it has an HDMI port on it. So here's my HDMI port right here, and I don't have an HDMI cable to test this with. But if I did have an HDMI cable to test this with, when you here, I'll just use this one real quick. When you have the HDMI cable and you plug it into the port, okay, you plug it in and it's connected, it's in the case. This is still going to move up and down and put a little bit of flexion on the port itself. That's why plugging it in blindly and dropping it with it on there is not good. If you use something like JB Weld or any kind of thin seeping epoxy, it is going to seep into the board layers of the separated parts, specifically on that one because it was tore out. And what's going to happen is when you get that flexion damage, it doesn't like to flex. So what it's going to do is it's going to start to tear and separate the layers of the board, and that is far more damage that is probably unrecoverable later down the road. Just using solder, the solder will crack, but it will not start separating the layers of the board like an epoxy or a JB Weld would do. Hot glue, that's just hot glue is just a bad idea. Yeah, just hot glue is just not though. I mean, yeah, if you need to tack something down, like I did a job the other day where I put a port on another 3DS and I used just a littlest dab of hot glue to hold the port down instead of double-sided tape. So that way, if I ever have to change the port again, when I heat it with hot air, the hot glue will melt and then it will just pull up, but it will also secure it. It will also secure it to the board. It'll also secure it in place so it won't wiggle and rattle when being used. That is a example of when to use hot glue in an application that's not going to make the job harder for the next tech to come in. Because all I need to do is come in there with hot air and the port will come right off. but it will also secure it from wobbling because it had a lot of wobble in it, and the double stick tape wasn't. I didn't like the way that it held, so I just used the smallest sliver of hot glue. And when I floated the port down, the hot glue melted, and then when the solder was dry, the port was secured, and it worked out pretty well. So, we're looking at 10:30. Yeah, plastic connectors good, but yeah, HDMI port, especially one that came in that damaged, because if they can do that kind of damage to it, nothing you put on it, you have to protect yourself that the job that you do doesn't damage it further if it does become damaged in the future. So yeah, I don't agree with that. Whatever. To each their own, though. I mean, he is right. There are more than one way to skin a cat, or you can skin teddy bears. Ask Freddie. He knows. He witnessed it. He's scared. He's scared. Please tell Phil to meet my demands so I can release Freddie. Freddie will stay there, unguarded by Rufus. On guard by Rufus. Rufus is the alicorny. So he's got a little unicorn horn on my donkey. This is Rufus. Good boy. He guards Freddie. He don't put up with no crap. Tell Phil to meet my demands, and Freddie will be released. Listen, Rufus is in charge. Hardcore. I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'm not going down this anymore. I don't know. This could be so many things. It's just zero current draw. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for another day. That's gonna do it for this Rabbit Hole Saturday. Thank you for stopping by, and have a fantastic day. Release me! Release me! Shut up, Freddy. Bye.